Imagine standing before a crowd, accused not of a crime, but of daring to question the status quo, of challenging deeply held beliefs, making people uncomfortable, and refusing to stay silent. Imagine that your very life depends on whether you defend your right to speak your truth. This is not just a scene from ancient history. It is a reality that echoes louder today than ever before. In a world buzzing with opinions, filtered truths, and cancel culture, the spirit of Socrates, the ancient Athenian philosopher condemned for his ideas, is more relevant now than it was over 2 millennia ago. What if Socrates were on trial again today? What would he say about freedom of speech, intellectual courage, and the price of truth? Hello and welcome to The Unfolding Journey, the channel where we dive deep into history, philosophy, and ideas that shape our world. Here, we explore timeless lessons and bring them to life in the context of our modern struggles, triumphs, and questions. Whether you're a thinker, a seeker, or simply curious about how ancient wisdom still challenges and inspires us, you're in the right place. Now, let's unravel the story of Socrates, an ancient trial, a timeless dilemma, and what it means for us today. Over 2,400 years ago in Athens, Socrates was put on trial, charged with corrupting the youth and impiety, essentially, disrespecting the gods and undermining societal norms. The charges weren't just legal accusations, they were rooted in fear of his relentless questioning and refusal to conform. Socrates believed in the power of questioning everything. He famously said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But this quest for truth threatened those in power, leading to his conviction and eventual execution. The essence of his trial was not just about Socrates as an individual, but about the limits of free speech, the value of intellectual courage, and the dangers of societal conformity. Socrates' trial poses an essential question. How free is our speech, really? In ancient Athens, despite being a democracy, freedom of speech had boundaries. When speech threatened the established order, those boundaries tightened, sometimes fatally. Fast forward to today, we live in societies that legally protect freedom of speech. Yet, paradoxically, many voices are still silenced, not by law, but by social pressure, political correctness, and digital censorship. The internet promised a marketplace of ideas, but the reality often feels more like a battleground. Cancel culture, misinformation, and echo chambers restrict open dialogue. Just like Socrates, those who challenge popular beliefs risk being tried in public opinion courts, sometimes with devastating consequences. Socrates exemplified intellectual courage, the bravery to think for oneself, to question, and to speak the truth regardless of consequences. This kind of courage is rare and often punished, both in Athens and today. Consider whistleblowers who expose corruption, journalists who challenge authority, or activists who stand up for unpopular causes. They face personal and professional risks, just like Socrates did. Yet, their courage is vital for a healthy society. Intellectual courage demands more than just free speech. It demands the strength to face backlash, to remain steadfast in the pursuit of truth, and to accept the costs that may come with it. The idea of Socrates on trial again is a metaphor for the ongoing struggle between freedom and control, truth and convenience, courage and conformity. Around the globe, people are increasingly fearful of expressing dissenting opinions. Whether in academia, social media, or the workplace, the fear of being ostracized or canceled fosters self-censorship. Socrates teaches us that true progress requires discomfort. It requires us to listen to opposing views and to engage in honest debate. Without this, societies risk stagnation or worse, a tyranny of consensus that suppresses innovation and justice. Champion free speech with responsibility. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences, but it means creating spaces where difficult conversations can happen without fear of immediate reprisal. Practice intellectual courage. Encourage critical thinking, question assumptions, and don't shy away from unpopular truths. This is how knowledge advances. Resist echo chambers. Seek out diverse perspectives. Challenge your own beliefs regularly, just as Socrates did. Foster respectful dialogue. Engage in debates that aim to understand, not to win or humiliate. Socrates' method was dialectic, not destruction. Support those who speak out. Recognize and protect whistleblowers, activists, and thinkers who risk much to uphold truth and justice. Socrates did not merely die for free speech, he lived it. His legacy is a reminder that philosophy isn't abstract, but a daily practice of courage and inquiry. His story compels us to reflect on our own role in defending free thought in an age when ideas are more valuable and more vulnerable than ever. If Socrates were on trial today, what would his verdict be? Would he be condemned again, or celebrated as a champion of intellectual freedom? The answer depends on us, on our willingness to defend the right to speak, listen, and think freely. Freedom of speech is not a luxury, but a necessity for a flourishing society. Intellectual courage is not an option, but a responsibility for each of us. So, in honoring Socrates, we must ask ourselves, are we ready to stand trial with him? Are we ready to face discomfort, challenge orthodoxy, and defend truth, even when it is hard? If this exploration of Socrates and the battle for free speech spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe to The Unfolding Journey. Join our community where history, philosophy, and today's challenges come alive. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode, and share your thoughts below, because your voice matters in this unfolding journey of ideas. Thank you for watching, and remember, the unexamined life is not worth living, but the examined life is the path to freedom.